Okay. Good morning, guys. Where are you tuning in from? So, where are you tuning in from? Yeah, good morning once again. Where are you tuning in from? So, you haven't reached it. I know. So, okay. Okay. So, gold is looking good this morning. You see, what happened yesterday is happening today too. So, you see, yesterday, gold made what? A breakout, a retest, created a resistance, and the trend continued. So this morning too, it is doing the same thing. Gold just created a breakout. We had a breakout over here. It is making a retest, created a resistance. So what are you expecting? A trend continuation. But before that, you need to see a bullish candle. Okay. We need to see a bullish. So it's either you going in. So the time, let me check the fundamentals and see. So today is Thursday, right? Let me refresh the data. Happiness. Let me check the fundamentals. So today is 19th. Okay. Okay. So we don't have any high impact news. So the only high impact news is going to happen. That's the interest rate on the pound around 12 p.m. Okay, GMT. So I think the lending session is clean. So 7 a.m. you're having CHF news. So they are all medium impact news. So let's see how gold is going to do. But before that, we need to see some signal. Okay, we need to see some very signal for a confirmation. So let's analyze everything afresh and monitor gold because the same thing that happened over here, okay, the same thing that happened over here on gold is happening again on this one. So this is a breakout, and mostly when a day after the FOMC, it's normally the moves on a day after FOMC normally follows what the FOMC did. Okay, so let's check it out whether it will happen. But before that, you see it is moving bullish, so we need to wait for some bearish confirmation candle either on the lower time frame, okay, to give us a signal before we go in for a sell. So the landing session is clean. So that's what I'll be waiting for. I'll wait for a bearish candle to form before I'll go in for a sell. So looking at the monthly time frame, so I'm just testing gold out. I want to start trading gold because one thing I've seen is what most of my analysis that I've been doing on gold has been playing out. So I want to start implementing it. Currencies normally it takes time to give you some setup. So I just want to divert to gold. I want to start trading gold. So let's analyze gold and see what you are going to be expecting. So on the monthly time frame, um, I'm coming. So looking at the monthly time frame on gold, we have resistance over here. we're having a resistance over here. Looking at the weekly, so if you look left, you don't have any price action to the left because gold at certain point got to all-time high, so there was no price action to the left. Moving to the weekly time frame, we are having this support over here. We have this we're having this resistance rather, because price has broken below, so this point becomes resistance. So we're having this support to over here. So what's the trend for the weekly time frame? From the look of things, the trend is what? A downtrend on the weekly time frame. So price broke out from this zone, made a red test, okay, to what? A downtrend at the weekly time frame is a downtrend. Moving to the daily time frame, what's the trend for the daily time frame? So we're having this on the daily time frame. So now as the trend, as price, or as the candle broke through this one, broke through these consolidation levels, the trend tends towards a downtrend. Okay, so it is now pulling back. So previous what? If it is an uptrend and it shifts what? A downtrend, the trend will pull back to what? The previous resistance level. So price pulled back to what? Price is currently pulling back to the previous resistance level. Okay, so we are having, if it is pulling back, going to pull back on this levels. So price is going to pull back over here. Price is going to pull back over here. So looking at it, so the weekly time frame is a downtrend, the daily time frame is a downtrend. So let's look at the H4 time frame. Okay, so the H4 time frame is currently what? So price has created currently created this resistance over here. So you see the nature of gold. See the nature of gold. So price has created this resistance over here. Okay, so I'm expecting gold to flip, but the H4 high has been broken, the low has been broken. That's the issue now. The H4 high has been broken, the low has been broken. So we're having this resistance over here. So I'm going to be having a look at gold today. Okay, I'm going to be having a look because now the high has been broken, the low has been broken, which mostly it doesn't happen, but we are seeing it now. So now what I will do is wait for a candle, wait for maybe a bearish candle at the 30-minute to prove that it is flipping. But one thing is since the high has been broken, that's what it is confusing me now. So we're having another rejectional level over here. So the whole of this place is a zone. Okay, the whole of this place is a zone. So that's good for you. So we need to see some bearish confirmation, okay, to prove that it is going to move down. Because what happened, you see what happened yesterday? Price broke out, made a resistance. Okay, what are you expecting? A trend continuation. So it's the same thing. Price has pulled back, created this resistance. So I'm expecting the trend to continue. I'm expecting the trend to continue. So if you're having a small account, don't try to trade gold. If you're having a small account, don't try to trade gold because the pullback alone is going to wipe your account away. So if you have a small account, kindly stay out from gold. So I'm expecting this one to just flip back bearish. Okay, I'm expecting it to flip back bearish. Then the trend will continue downwards. That's what I'm expecting, but it hasn't started it. And the timing too is very important. The timing. The timing. Because now the high has been broken. That's what I'm kind of confused. This is the low. The low of the H4 time frame has been broken. Now the high too, has it broke? Has it break or so it looks, yeah, it has broken. So let's wait for confirmation. So the confirmation will be maybe a market shift. Okay, so you can see the 30-minute candle. The 30-minute candle even started with no wick. So maybe sometimes it can just flip back. Okay, sometimes it can just flip back. So let's wait and see the flip. So if it starts flipping, okay, if the candle starts flipping bearish and close, either the 30-minute candle close bearish, the chances that it will continue down is very high. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen on gold. That's what I'm expecting it to happen on gold this morning. Okay, so yeah, because all the time frames and from experience, normally a day after the FOMC, that's the interest rate on the dollar or on the US, normally it follows what how the it follows the direction of the news. Okay, normally the next day follows the direction of the news. So that's what I'm expecting it to happen this morning. So I'm expecting this one to just flip. And now the high has been broken. But it has created a resistance over here. So I'm even surprised gold was broken. Like the high has been broken. So you see what happened yesterday. So sometimes if you make reference to, if you get reference to whatever you are doing, it gives you more confidence and other stuff. So you see, when price broke out from this side, it created a resistance over here. Okay, so you see the bearish candle created a resistance. So this was okay, and it happened exactly. So this one too has created just this one just sort pullback, created a resistance. What are you expecting? Zone to over here, a tradable zone. Okay, you're having a tradable zone. So I'm expecting gold to flip bearish because all the time frames too are pointing down. Okay, all the time frames too are pointing down. So it should flip. Okay, but maybe the timing too is very bad. The time of the day is very bad. So the pre-lending hasn't started yet. So maybe around, so you are still in pre-lending, but we are 7 a.m. That's when the major pre-lending is going to start. So the 15-minute candle has closed. The 15-minute candle has closed. So issue. So this is a range. This area is a range. You get it? This area is a range. Yeah, so I'm expecting a flip. I'm expecting it to flip. So if the 30-minute candle close bearish, okay, within this range, if this candle flip bearish, something like this is what I'm expecting it to happen. So maybe if it flips bearish like this, the chances that gold will continue down is going to be very high. You get it? So this is something I want to see. So if it flips bearish, then maybe we are going to be expecting a continuation of the trend. Expecting a continuation of the trend. Okay, a continuation of the trend. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen on gold. So this one should flip. You see, the candle also opened with no wick, so the chances that it can flip bearish is very high. The chances that it can flip bearish is very high. So if it closes within this range and if it creates what, a bearish candle, then we can have a continuation. But if it close within this one, then we need to wait for the candle to what, close bearish within. Since the H4 hasn't closed yet, then we need to wait for what, a bearish candle to be created. But now the high has been broken. That's the issue now. The H4 high has been broken. So normally it should respect, okay, because we have something called structure, candle structure. So you should respect the candle structure. Now let's see. So sometimes some of these structures get invalidated because I've witnessed one, just was it this week, or yeah, this week, the same thing of pin over here, it failed. Okay, the same thing happened over here. So that's why it is important you apply risk management in anything that you do. Okay, it's important you apply risk management because some of the setups will fail. So let's see whether what you are saying it's going to happen. Let's see what we are talking about is going to happen. So looking at the 30 minutes, yeah. So I just want to see the 30-minute candle. So the 50-minute candle is closing within. Yeah. So this is what I'm expecting it to happen. So if the 30-minute candle close within, then the chance close bearish within, the chances that gold will flip down is very high. But the high shouldn't have been broken. You get it? That's the issue. The high shouldn't have been broken. Normally, it should get respected. It should have been respected. So that means if the H1 close within this one, the chances, okay, yeah. So I like the way it is moving down. It should move down, but the retracement was very deep. It's got a deep retracement, so it should move and close within. It should move and close within. So it's all about repeating the data that has happened before. So this is not a data that has happened a very long time. This is a data that happened yesterday. So if you guys keep accounts, or if you guys keep track of everything that you do, you can see it over here. Price what broke out. made a retest, created what? A resistance over here, created a resistance. So the bearish candle created bearish, so there was an equilibrium point over here. So this was the resistance. This was the resistance. This was the resistance. You get it? This was the resistance. And price what? Continued. So is it not the same thing over here? This one too. Price has broken out, formed what's created a resistance. Okay, created a resistance over here. But I see some of the setups, and what? There was a resistance over here. There was a resistance over here. You get it? So it's the same thing. This pattern is the same pattern that happened over here. You get it? But this one, so you have no control over how the market is going to move. That's the issue. So let's see whether this one is going to get respected. But as I'm saying, I think it should break within. It should come back within the zone. If it is going to respect, then it should come back within the zone. It should come back within the zone. That's the thing. So I'm hoping, maybe what I'm hoping for is this candle to flip, leave an exhaustion candle, which is going to be the buyer's exhaustion candle, give us a long exhaustion candle, and what? The trend will continue down. That's what I'm expecting it to happen on gold. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. So you have like 5 minutes for the H1 and the 30-minute candle to close. So 5 minutes for the H1 and the 30-minute candle to close. So mostly when the H1, anytime the H1 or the H4 candle close, a new candle close, an hourly candle close, sometimes it brings in some volume. So let's see, maybe if that time is going to bring in some volume. But the issue, as I'm saying, the issue is as the previous candle high has been broken. So I hope you guys are seeing the similarity or the common thing that happened yesterday, and it's also happening again. By this time it happens, it looks like it is failing. So yesterday, when did the setup? So I think it ranged for some time before it even moved down. So it took off around the New York session. So it's consolidated for some time before taking off. So the reason why you need to manage risks is what? The same setup, okay, happened over here, and it failed. It moved up before coming down. So this one too can also fail, but not respecting. But this level should get respected. That's the thing. But the moment, if the H1 candle close below this one, the chances that it will not get respected is very high. So what I'm hoping for is what? This H1 candle should break within this zone. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. This H1 candle should break within this zone, and you have a trend continuation. So if it breaks, if this candle breaks, and even the previous H1 candle also started with no wick. It also started with no wick. It's open with no wick at the bottom. Yeah, so I don't think, is this thing going to happen? Is this thing going to happen? So we have like 3 minutes for the candle to close. What I don't want to see is what the candle closing above. So that means if the candle close above, what it means is what? The level, the chances that it will continue up is very high. But if it close below, that means what? The level has been respected, and it will continue down. So what I'm hoping for is what? The same setup, okay, happened over here. It also started with no wick. It's open with no wick at the bottom. Yeah, so I don't think, is this thing going to happen? But if it close below, that means what? The level has been respected, And gold, the chances that it's going to continue down is very high. But if it breaks above, the chances that the chances are very slim. The chances are going to be very slim. So we have like 2 minutes for this candle to close. We have like 2 minutes. So after the level has broken, that means it has been invalidated. Okay. If the level breaks, if this candle breaks above, then the high has been broken. Because mostly the high should be respected for the trend to continue down. But if the high now gets broken, and whilst if you look at here, we're having tradable zone, the chances that price will come to this side, fill this tradable zone, okay, before if it is going to reject. Okay, what I'm talking about is what? If this level get broken, okay, if this level get broken, the high get broken, the chances that since you're having tradable zone over here, price will come over here, fill this tradable zone, and it will continue down. So maybe that's what it might happen. That's what it might happen. So you see this one, for instance, as this level failed, you get it, as this level failed, it came back over here. It came back over here. Okay. It came back over here and it started. So the same thing that I'm talking of over here too as well. So let's see how it's going to play out. So the 15-minute candle though has created us, yeah. So we're having multiple rejections at the 15 minutes. One rejection candle. You're having one rejection candle, another rejection candle. But one thing is what, when it comes to the lower time frame, like 15-minute time frame, those levels are not strong. So it has closed. So you see what happened? It closed above. It closed above. So the chances that price will continue up to this level is very high since the level has broken. Since the level has broken. So at what point can we enter? At what point can I even enter a sell? So now maybe I'll wait for the candle, maybe the 30-minute candle to break. So this is where the flip is going to be. This is where the flip is going to be. So if you look at the H4 time frame, this is the point you are going to be having a flip. Okay, so let's check out so I think if the candle, so it is two things over here. One thing I want to recommend this flip is because the high has been broken. Okay, because the high has been broken, so I don't recommend this flip. So if the candle may be close around this side, it won't be bad. Either you wait for the 30-minute candle to close below. Yeah, because the H4, if the H4 candle breaks the high, the chances that the price will continue high is very it will continue up is very high. Okay, so you just have to wait for candle. You don't have to take an impulse move. You just have to wait for a candle to what? A candle to close below the range. A candle to close below the range. Let's see whether this level is going to break, because it has now created resistance over here. So I've already told you, mostly the high time frame levels don't get respected like that. It normally doesn't get respected like that. Yeah, so it is breaking within. Let's see. But the candle looks like, yeah. But one thing is, if you start trading gold, you need to be prepared of. You need to be prepared of what? More drawdowns. That's good. If you start trading gold, you need to be prepared of. Sometimes you can be having back-to-back drawdowns. That's it on gold because of how volatile it is. But if it goes in your favor, I think you can catch more pips. So as I said, because the candle has broken above this one, you see price what hits the level exactly, and it is now pulling back. You get it? It is now pulling back. If it closed below, then the chances of it moving up would have been high. But since it's close above, the chances, so this level will just get invalidated easily. Okay, so let's see currencies too. So what's happening on currencies? Looking at, let's analyze currencies. Okay, with currencies, GBP USD, let's check out GBP USD and see. If you look at GBP USD, we're having this level over here. So this will be what? Resistance. We're having this support over here. So looking at the weekly time frame, so the weekly trend is what? A downtrend. If you can see or watch it, if you can see it well, price is what? In a downtrend. You get it? Price is in a downtrend. So we have this support over here. So looking at the daily time frame, so the weekly time frame is a downtrend. Looking at the daily time frame, what's the trend for the daily time frame? So the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend as well. You get it? The daily time frame trend is a downtrend as well. The daily time frame trend is a downtrend. So we're having this rejectional level. So yesterday I was thinking, when price was close to this side, I was thinking maybe the Asian session is going to break below, give us some support. Okay, give some resistance, then price will continue down. But I wake up and I notice that price has tested on the level exactly. So looking at the H4 time frame, yeah. So you see the daily time the weekly time frame is a downtrend. The daily time frame is also a downtrend. Okay. So looking at the H4 time frame, the trend is also down. The trend is also a downtrend. Price broke out, making a retest currently on this level. So the trend is also a downtrend. So at what point can you take a sell? If all the higher time frame trend is a downtrend, at what point can we take a sell? So we can take a sell. You need to find a tradable zone. So a clean 9 zone, then what? We take a trade within. So all these points, if you look at this point, price is currently moving up. Okay. So we don't have chance of taking a sell now. And even if you are taking the flip of this one, the zone is very small. The zone is very small, which I will not recommend. So I think since price is moving up, it's going to either retest on this one. So let me check it out whether the daily. Okay. So you see this level over here, the daily level over here, the H42 is also what? Yeah, so as I'm saying, the tradable zones. So we had the same zone. This is the daily zone. Okay, so there's the same zone that the daily time frame, the same daily time frame resistance. We're having the H4 time frame to align on the same level. You get it? So this means what? You're having multiple time frame resistance at this point. This level was what at the daily time frame, and now it's aligned on the same H4 time frame. You get it? It's aligned on the same H4 time frame. So it tells you how strong this level is going to be. So if price gets to this side, the chances that what it will get rejected and start moving down. Since all the time frame trend is an uptrend, the chances that if price gets to this side, it will get rejected and start moving down is very high. You get it? It's very high. So what you are going to wait for is what? Wait for the H4 candle to close on this level. Wait for it to close on this level. Wait for price to close on this level. If the candle close on this level, then maybe you find an entry for the continuation of the trend. Okay. Then you find a continuation of the trend. So this one will be a bearish candle. So this is something I'm expecting for it to happen on what? GBP USD. Okay. Or it will either before the H4 candle will close, it can either what also flip bearish and close below this one, something like this. It can also leave a long wick and close below with that one, unless we have like volume in the market, like a lot of this thing, unless we have volume, let me see. Okay, before maybe something of that sort can happen, because where price has gotten to, the chances of price now flipping bearish closing below this one, it is not something I would say maybe it can happen now. So mostly it's either going to close around this side and it will continue down. So that's what I'm expecting. So I'm not interested in any buy on GBP USD. Okay, because all the time frames are what giving me an indication that price is going to sell. So I'm not interested in any buy on GBP USD today. What I'm interested in is what a sell. That's what I'm interested in for today. I'm not interested in a buy. So this is just a short-term move. Okay, so don't be trapped by the buy. Okay, because if you look at the weekly time frame, yesterday, yeah, the weekly time frame is what a downtrend. The daily time frame trend is what a downtrend. The H4 time frame trend is also what a downtrend. So it's the same thing that is happening on gold. So don't be moved by the buy you are seeing on gold. It is just a short-term buy, just a pullback. Okay, gold will definitely what continue what happened, what the FOMC news what give us. That's what exactly gold is also going to be doing. So don't be moved by the buy you are seeing that gold is going to buy. It will definitely move itself this morning, either this morning or the New York session. But one thing is what it's just making a short-term move, making some small movements, buy movement, and it will definitely what start selling. Okay, because all the time frames are pointing down. So when you see majority of the time frame, especially the higher time frame, all pointing down, why do you have to what go against the major trend? It is not advisable to be doing that. So I see a sell on gold, but it has just not started yet. You get, it just has not started yet. So as I'm saying, since it closed below this one, maybe it's going to flip, get to this side, then it will retrace. That's what it might happen on gold. So this is the 6 o'clock. This is the 6 o'clock candle. Yeah, so let's see if gold is going to flip. So when it comes to GBP USD, I said the buy is just a short-term buy. Okay, so that's what you have to bear in mind. It's just a short-term buy. So we cannot have a continuation, a bearish continuation. So gold is what I'm interested in today. Gold is what I'm interested in. Yeah, so exactly what I said. As the H1 candle has broken below this zone, the chances that it will get to the next zone is very high before it will start pulling back. That's it. So now this level has been invalidated. The way the candle has closed, it tells you that this level has been invalidated. So price will definitely get to the side. Price will definitely get to the side before it will start flipping bearish. Before it will start flipping bearish. Yeah, so exactly. So the level has been invalidated. The level has been invalidated. It created a 9 resistance over here, and now it just invalidates. Just invalidated the level. So let's check out USDCHF2 and see. So with USDCHF, this was also another pair that I was thinking maybe I would have traded it today. So on the monthly time frame, we had this resistance over here at the monthly time frame. We have this resistance here at the monthly time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame, we had this resistance too as well. We're having this resistance too as well over here. That's the weekly time frame. So what's the trend for the weekly time frame? The trend for the weekly time frame is what? An uptrend. Looking at the daily time frame, the trend for the daily time frame is also what? An uptrend as well. It's also an uptrend. Looking at the H4 time frame. So all the time frames. So I think now because of the FOMC, the market is really trending well. The market today is really trending well. So the H4 time frame too is what? An uptrend. But currently price is what? Respecting this. Is it daily or the weekly? It's respecting this weekly resistance. You get the price is currently respecting this weekly resistance. So we're having another daily support over here. You get it? Another daily support over here. So you see, as this candle got to this side, you see how it struggled before breaking. So it looks like it's even retested on the level exactly before what? Breaking down or getting down. So we're having this resistance too as well over here. So all the time frames are what? All the time frames are pointing up. The weekly uptrend, daily uptrend, H4 uptrend. All the time frames are pointing up. So what you have to do is what? Wait for price to get rejected on a key level. So as it has gotten rejected on these key levels, waiting for price to flip. Okay, maybe if it flips bullish candle like this, close below this side, we can go in for what? A buy. But which is going, it's not going to happen any moment soon. Maybe it will happen around the pre-New York. So when after the H4 candle has closed, that's when it's going to happen for USD Okay. So as I'm saying, all this, because all these moves that you are seeing today, all these retracements you are seeing, is just a pullback. Okay. So don't be moved by that. It's just a pullback. The market will continue the uptrend. If it is an uptrend, the market goes like this, it will definitely continue the downward trend. Okay, it will definitely continue the downward trend. So you see, you don't have to be surprised about this. You don't have to be surprised about this move getting invalidated. You get it? That's the nature of how the market moves. Even though the same patterns, but the outcomes are very different altogether. I wasn't expecting this one. By the timing, the time you need to, the time is what, like the timing was very bad. As in, you need to wait for. So it happened exactly on 7 o'clock. Pulls back. The 7 o'clock started pulling back. So exactly what mostly it happens. So I was expecting the 7 o'clock to start pulling, so that we can find an entry on gold. I was expecting the 7 o'clock candle to start pulling back, but I'm having a strong belief that gold will again what start flipping. But one thing is what, as I saw the high that has been broken, the moment the high got broken, I noticed that the chances that price will continue up is very high. As the high got broken, the chances that price is going to continue is very, very high. So it's still making a dip. Yeah, so he decided not to pull back on those levels. Just breaking all the levels. Decide to break all the levels. Yeah, so I still believe gold will sell, but it needs to give a signal. I still believe this is just a short term. This is just a short term move. So maybe lending session will just bring it down. But you don't have to make a quick decision as price hasn't given you an indication. You just have to wait for confirmation before you decide. If price is moving up, wait for a confirmation. So that's why I was saying, when price got to this side, I was saying I'm waiting for the flip of the candle. So if the candle flips bearish, that's when I'm going to go in for a sell. If the candle flips bearish, that's what I'm going to go in for a sell. So USD CAD 2 is also what? It's also so the opportunity this week has been good on USD CAD. The way it moves very well. This week has really been good on USD CAD. So let's see the rejectional level where price is what's going to be rejected before it will start moving up. So if price gets to this side, you're having this support over here. So this is the support you're having. So moving to the weekly time frame. Moving to the weekly time frame, we're having this rejectional level over here as well. We're having this rejectional level too as well. So these are the various rejectional levels. So if price is coming down, okay, if price is coming down, this is the weekly time frame. If price is coming down, it's going to come down to all these levels, get respected by all these levels, okay, before it will continue up. So looking at the daily time frame, So let's check price action. So this is the current market price. At this level, 1.4426 is the current market price. So we're having this rejectional level 2 as well at the daily time frame. You get it? This rejectional level. Okay, so if price is coming down, so this is the level, this is the key level or area of interest. Okay, this is the level that price will sometimes get rejected over here and it will continue up. You get it? Price is going to get rejected over. So let's look at the H4 time frame. When it comes to the trend, we don't have to go there because all the time frame trend from weekly time frame to what daily time frame, H4 time frame, all the time frames are pointing up. Okay, so we just have to wait for a pullback. So the pullback can be what on this level. So price has currently what created, it made an upward move, a small pullback. So I'm expecting price to get to this side, then the trend will continue up. Then the trend will continue. So if you look left again on the H4 time frame, I don't think you have price action looking left. So there's no price action to the left. So what I'm expecting is, you see the way this whole, you see when there was no area of interest or when there was no support or resistance, you see how price fell this zone. You get it? You see how price filled this zone perfectly without pulling back. So these are the things that you normally would have to implement it in your trading plan. You need to make sure you are trading in a clean areas where there's no support or resistances or reactional levels. So I'm expecting price to come smoothly to this level and move up is very high. So I'm expecting price, or I'm expecting the candle to get to this. One thing you need to understand, the candles are also the same as price. It's just an accumulation of price. So I'm expecting the candle to get to this side, a bearish candle to get to this side. Okay, a bearish candle to get to this side. I'm waiting for a bearish candle to get to this side. Price to pull back on this level because this area is very strong. We're having another rejectional level too as well on this part. Okay, we're having another rejectional level too on this level. So I'm expecting price to get to this level. If price gets to this level, then what? Maybe a support created, like what happened on gold, but with this time it's going to be a bullish trend. But what happened on gold is what? A bearish candle or a bearish trend. Okay, if price gets to this side, pulls back over here, then what? The continuation of the trend continues. So at this point, maybe the next equilibrium level is going to be your first TP. It's going to be your first TP, and the trend will continue as follows. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm expecting it to happen on what? Gold. So if it breaks this one, okay, so this point will be the entry level, or maybe it can either be the moment it starts flipping. So the entry level is going to be two ways. It's either going to be what, the moment the candle starts breaking the body of the previous candle, it will be your first entry. It will be the first entry. Okay, it will be the first entry. And if it breaks, or the second entry will be what? If it breaks the wick, or if it breaks the high of the previous candle, it will be your second entry. So this is what I'm definitely expecting. But you see, the level or the zone is very wide. Yeah. So if you join the stream, kindly give a like. You guys don't like the stream, kindly click on the thumbs up button. Only one person has given a like, so you people should give a like before I will proceed. Give a like on the streams. If the free knowledge I'm giving it to you, if people are not appreciating, if you join the stream, anytime you join the stream, the first thing you need to do is give a like, click the thumbs up button. Give a like before, so it's only two people have, you are more than two. Only people are giving a like. So kindly click on the thumbs up button, give a like to the stream before we proceed. Give a like to the stream. If I'm not giving a like, I'm not proceeding. If you join the stream, anytime you join the stream, so you have been doing it every day. Okay, so those who are new to the channel, we have been doing it every day from Monday to Friday. Okay, we give trade ideas. Sometimes when you see trade opportunity, you execute it as well. So you are more than four. What you are not going to pay anything if you give a like on the stream. It doesn't take anything from you. It doesn't take anything from your bank account. Give a like to the stream before we proceed, or you want me to end this thing? Okay, so it's, you are more than seven. You are more than seven. If you join the stream, the first thing you need to do is what? Click on the thumbs up button. So please don't be arrogant, just give a like to the stream. Don't be hard what do you call it, hard-hearted. Don't harden your heart. Give a like to the stream. You are more than seven. You are more than seven. Oh, I should end the stream. Do you want me to end the stream? See the free knowledge I'm giving it to you people. We have some three people who have hardened their heart and said, me, I will not click on the thumbs up button. Those people said they are not going to click on the thumbs up button. Okay, so let's proceed. So it was USD card that you're doing. Okay, so as I'm saying, the intervals, okay, the intervals from this side. And so please, if you have any question too, you can kindly drop it in the chat box. Okay, or in case maybe you want to join me too on the stream too, you can request and I'll send you a link to join me on the stream if you have any question, and I will show you. If you can't type it, you can. So let me send a link for anyone who wants to just join, show your face and ask a question too. It's also allowed. You won't get it anywhere. You won't get it in any Forex stream. So let me share that link too. In case maybe you want to show your face and ask a question, you can't type, you want to just show your face and ask question, you can do it as well. So how am I going to even share it? Okay, let me open the Telegram. Okay, let me share that one too. In case maybe you can't type it, okay, you can't type it and you want to. Let me give access to that one too. To those who want to just show their face and ask their question, that one too is allowed. So the stream, you've been doing it every day, okay? So those who are new to the stream, you do it every day, every trading day, every trading day from Monday to Friday. So far as it is not bank holiday, we are streaming. So you can tell a friend to join. Tell a friend to tell another friend. Okay, so that link too has been shared. If you want to, if you can't type and you just want to show your face for me to what? Answer your question. You want to talk to me face to face, I will just give you some short time. You ask your question, I will explain it to you, then you just hop off. So if you want to join, you can request and join using the link I've shared. Okay, you can just join using the link that I've shared. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting it to happen on USD card. Okay. As I'm saying, if all the trend, if the market based on from experience, if the markets are all pointing, if the trend is all moving up, you don't have to what? You don't have to try to what go against the trend, because if you look at the weekly time frame, the market is what trending. The market is trending up. If you check the candles too, the candles too are all bullish. If you look at the daily time frame, the previous candle is bullish. It is now flipping bearish. So this is the pullback we are. I'm expecting it to what happen on. If you request, you can just comment on the chat box. So you can just comment on in the chat box, okay, that maybe you have joined, so that I will check it up. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. If you watch this candle, this is what the previous candle is a bearish candle. Okay, the previous candle is a bearish candle. So, and the trend too is what an uptrend. But if you watch this previous candle is what this current candle is what is trying to give us some bearish candle. But this is just a pullback. And one thing I don't recommend trading pullback is what with pullback, when it comes to pullback, with pullbacks, the markets, like, we don't have, there's no certainty whether price is going to get to your what your TP. Unlike maybe like maybe trading a trending market. With trending markets, the chances that price is going to get to your target is very high. But if you trade a pullback or corrections, one thing is what corrections normally what there's no a lot of people participating in that move. So you normally get what like slow moves in price, slow moves in price. Okay. So it's like a car going, so it's like, let me say it's like a car. Okay, let me give you a scenario. So the impulse and correction, this is the sense behind the impulse and correction. So we have impulse. If the market is trending up, we have impulse. Okay. And if the market is retracing or a pullback, so this is the reason behind this impulse and correction. So impulse is like a car moving to the direction it's intend to move to. Okay. So this may be a car. This is a car. I don't know how to draw it to. So let me draw something like a Benz. I'm drawing a Benz. So this is the bonnet. The front is the bonnet. I'm a trader. I'm not an artist. So where would the ties be? So maybe the ties will be here. Oh, sorry. It's supposed to be very horizontal. So maybe this is a car. So I'm trying to be a cantanker over here. This is the car. Okay, so this is the car. Let's say this is the car. So this is a Lamborghini. Okay. This is a Lamborghini. So normally the Lamborghini, the bonnet is very flat. I think I'm trying. Oh, it's not bad. Oh, this is Jeep. I think this is Jeep. Yeah, this is Jeep. It looks like a Jeep. Yeah, this is a Jeep. This is not a Lamborghini. Yeah. So how will you guys rate my artwork? How are you going to rate my artwork? So when it comes to impulse, okay, so what I'm all trying to say is what, when it comes to, so maybe this is the rim, the car rim. So how will you guys rate me? So comment in the chat box, how are you going to rate me? Okay, so when it comes to impulse, okay, when it comes to impulse move, it looks like a car moving, it's moving to what, the direction it's intended to move to. Okay, that's impulse move. When we talk about impulse move, it's like a car what, moving to the the level or the direction it's intended to move. So when a car is what, on the highway, when a car is on a highway on the direction it is trying to move to, okay, it's normally what, it moves very fast. You get, especially on a highway, it moves very fast. But when a car is reversing, okay, when a car is reversing, normally what, it's very slow, because that's not the actual what, direction it normally moves to. Okay, so it's just a short-term movement it is trying to do. So that's the meaning of what, impulse and correction. So the reason why we always recommend people to what, we recommend, it is always recommended. So this is the impulse and this is the correction. So the reason why it is always recommended to trade the impulse and not the correction is what, the reason why it is good to trade the impulse and not the correction is because of what, is because when it comes to impulse, price normally moves very fast. You are going to, price is going to get your target very fast. Price is what, not going to making some pullbacks. Price, yeah, so price mostly moves very fast when it comes to imports. But when it comes to correction, okay, when it comes to correction, price normally what, retrace. Price doesn't move very fast, retrace, pullback and other stuffs. Okay, price normally moves very slow when car is what, reversing. Okay, so it's the same scenario when it comes to the forex market or when it comes to the financial market. When price is moving up with the impulse, price normally moves fast. You get it? So you can see this move because there was clean range to price in the same direction. See how price move very fast and look at the corrections. So price was what, in an uptrend. So the corrections are the red candles you are seeing. So you see how very, it doesn't move a lot as compared to the green candles, if you can watch it very well. So see, when price was retracing, it's just made a very small retracement, a very short retracement, then price continues. See this one, a very short retracement, price continue, very short retracement. So you see the retracement, but when the price is moving to the main direction, you see how price move very fast, price move very fast, price move very fast. So that's it for what, when we talk about impulse. Impulse move normally what, moves very fast, but when it comes to corrections, prices is what, normally what, moves very small. It doesn't move very fast as compared to what, impulse moves. You get it, as compared to impulse moves. So it's the same thing that is happening. So the reason why I'm saying this zone, comparing this zone, okay, watching out for this zone. This zone is very big, 83 pips or 80, let's say 80 pips. Okay. The chances that price cannot get to this level is very high because this is just a correction. It can just retrace in the middle of the range, okay, then it will start taking off. Like you see, it made just a short-term pullback and price decided to what? Wanted to move up. So it's the same thing that can happen over here. Price can just retrace within this zone. And one thing you need to understand is what, when it comes to retracement, the whole of this place, it is having room to retrace from the whole of what, this place. You get it? So when it comes to around the side and to just sort bounce back. So exactly what I'm expecting. But the level that I would love to take a position is when price gets to this level. Okay, when price gets to this level, that's where I would love to what, take a position in the market. Yeah, so as I'm saying, this is the level I'm expecting price to get to. Then what? It will bounce back and move up again. So that's what I'm expecting on USD card. Okay. So that's what I'm expecting on USD card. So gold is still moving up. Gold is still moving up. So I just want to see a flip of the candle if it is going to happen. So this one, it's happened within the day. So I'm expecting a sell. So maybe if it starts flipping bearish, I would love to what search for a sell entry. That's what I would love to see. So maybe it might happen during the New York session. And one thing is what today too, we are going to be having a lot of news events. So around 12 p.m. we are going to be having monetary policy statement or summary. We are going to having, so this is what an interest rate. So the official bank rate 4.75. So they are expecting to keep the rate the same. So this is an interest rate. So it's the same thing as the FOMC. So yesterday, like this, the FOMC, they kept the rate the same. So 4.5, 4.5. But gold, the dollar was very, very strong. The dollar was really, really strong. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen on what? Sorry, so the same thing too, we are expecting the same thing to happen on what? The GBP too. So they are expecting to keep the rate the same. So if they keep the rate the same, mostly indecisions. I don't know where price is going to. When it comes to even projection, I don't know where price is exactly where. I can't even give a speculation on that because keeping the rate the same, what can happen is what? It can just be an indecision. Price can move up, down. You get it. It's indecisive over here because official bank rate they're expecting 4.75. The previous month they're expecting 4 points. The previous month was 4.75. So they're expecting the rate to be the same. So when it comes to speculating on this news event, I think it can be indecision. So price can just move up and down. And at the same time, 130, you are going to be having GDP. Okay, so GDP simply means what? Final goods and services produced by a country. So that one, so they are expecting the same numbers. And we're having unemployment claim. So unemployment claim, that is when they are expecting so high numbers as compared to what the previous number. They are expecting, okay, they're expecting unemployment to be very low. So 229, the previous one was 242. So if unemployment is very low, that means what? The dollar is going to gain strength. Okay, so we need to pay attention to all these news events, 12 o'clock, and especially when it comes to interest rates. Don't try to what even venture like it's going to move massively unless maybe you are trying to gamble on what the movement of price. But when it comes to the news event, it's going to really have an impact on the currency you are trading or even on the session too as well. We are going to be having major what impact on the session you are going to be trading. So you need to pay much attention to that. We need to pay much attention to that. And the unemployment too is going to have an impact. So I think the best time to trade after the lending session, the best time to trade is what? After the H4 candle has closed. That's what the New York Stock Exchange session. The New York Stock Exchange session is going to be the best time to trade because with that time we are not going to be having any major impact news. So I think that time is going to be the best time to what? Trade the market. Okay, because when it comes to this side, we're having a lot of news events over here, and you don't want to be trapped by all those news events. Okay, you don't want to be trapped by all those news events. So I think that's the best times to what? Trade the market. That's the best time to trade the market. Yeah, so good has started flipping. That's what I was expecting this morning. So one thing one thing is what the high has now been broken. So the best way is to wait for either the H4 candle to close. That would be the best way to wait for. And you are going to be having news events, and the chances that the news events will just spoil this setup is very high. So I told you the buy is just a short-term buy. The buy is just a correction. It's just a short-term buy. Gold is going to sell. Okay, so if it starts flipping bearish, and one thing is what we need to wait for the candle at this time. We need to wait for the candle to close. The reason is what the high has been broken, the low has been broken. So we're taking a sell on gold. even though it can go your direction, but the risk is high as compared to the risk is going to be very high as compared to what waiting for the candle to close. So you need to know the level of risk of the trade that you are trading. So some of the trades, so that's why I normally categorize our trades into what grades. So you're having A plus setup, B plus setup. So you are pushing your risks based on the setup you are trading. Okay. So the setup, maybe you've seen a certain setup over in the market, and that setup has been happening over and over and over again. With that kind of setup, it's what you are going to classify it as A plus setup. But if maybe the setup is not that strong, as in most of your confluences, most of the things that you normally look before you execute a trade, maybe one or two things are not within. That is when maybe you categorize it or you grade it as what B setup. You get it? That's when you grade it as B setup. But if you see if a setup contains all your what your confluences, if a setup contains all the things you look for in a trade. So me, for instance, I normally check out the trend. So maybe if the higher time frame, especially the daily time frame, the daily time frame, the okay, let's start from the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, the H4 time frame. Fine, this is one of my confluences. And secondly, maybe the support and resistance levels. So maybe if the support price has currently what got into a strong level, okay, strong area of interest, maybe supports or resistances, okay, a high or a strong level of area of interest. So maybe it's a price or the candle has gotten to a daily resistance level or maybe the weekly resistance level. This is what's one of the strongest level, and especially to sometimes the H4 support or resistance level too. So these two confluences aligns. And thirdly, after identifying the trend, the area of interest, the time of the day too is very important. Okay, the time of the day, I have to make sure I'm trading the time that you have volume in the market. Okay, I don't have to be trading the times that you don't have volume in the market. I have to trade times that you have volume in the market. So if we have I'm trading in what an active market session. So active market session can be what the London session, the New York session. So these are what active market sessions. So I have to trade during that time. Okay, so these three things are the things that's what I need to look in a trade. If all these things are aligned, then what I will grade or I will categorize such trade setup as what A plus setup or B plus setup. So I've told you, I first of all check what the trend. I have to make sure majority of the time frame trend is what in the same direction. Maybe the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, H4 time frame. If they are all in the same direction, fine. Secondly, I will look for what the area of interest. So with the area of interest, that's what the various rejectional level, the support levels, resistance level, those levels. If price get to those level, or if the candle get to those level, two, that's going to be my second confluence. Okay, so if price gets to the weekly level, the daily level, the H4 level, that's going to my confluence. And thirdly, the time of the day. The time of the day is very important. I don't enter the market run at random times. I have my specific time frames or time ranges. So within that time ranges are the times that's what I normally execute trades. So if the movement is not within that time frames, I'm not going to execute a trade. You get it? I'm not going to execute a trade. So these are the three things I normally look into A plus setup. So before I will see a trade and call it A plus setup, I have to make sure all these things align before I will execute. So especially gold, for instance, the reason why I'm saying I'm opting for what sell on gold is because if you look at the weekly time frame, if you read the trend is what a downtrend. If you look at the daily time frame, if you look at the trend, what is the trend? The trend is what a downtrend. You get it? The trend is a downtrend. Price what broke out. So the trend currently on the daily time frame is what a downtrend. If you look at the H4 time frame, H4 trend is what a downtrend too as well. Price has pulled back, created a resistance. So this is one of what my favorite trade setup. You get it? but the time that it happened wasn't at the appropriate time that I normally look for. So normally pre-lending session is when I start executing trades, but this one happens before pre-lending session, so it is not a good trade setup for me. So if it happens around the pre-lending to lending session, I would have executed this trade without thinking twice because everything aligns. Okay, so this is the reason why I'm saying you need to follow the trend. You see, gold try to move up and later finally it is starting to flip. So it is definitely, or what, the chances of gold flipping sell is very high. Okay, the chance, because this whole move, as it has corrected, it needs to continue. Okay, this whole move, as it has been corrected, it needs to continue. That's good for you. So it's very important. It's very important. So I'm expecting it to flip. So lending open is going to start very soon. So so lending has started. So this is the lending move. This is the lending move. This is the lending move. So maybe lending move will just flip good bearish to the downward. So this is the lending move. So let's check out USDCHF. Nothing better. So the markets are, because of the move yesterday, they are all trending. So normally when a major move happens like that, you normally get a good or a clear price action. Normally gives you a clear price action. That's what it normally happens. That's what it normally happens when we get a high impact news. When a high impact moves news hits the market, it normally gives what, a clear market structure. It normally gives a clear clarity in price. So mostly high volume, or mostly a good volume, or when we have a high impact news, it's normally good for the market because you get a clean zones to trade within, you get a clarity in price and other stuffs. Okay, unlike when the market is ranging for a very long time, it doesn't give a clean zone. So that's why I normally, with the way I trade, pairs that normally don't move much, I don't normally find an interest trading those pairs because it normally doesn't give me the ranges that I want. But trending pairs like gold, the GBP USD, the USD, the major pairs, okay, with the major pairs, it normally gives me the good ranges. Okay, it normally gives me the good range because if it is moving, it moves very well before it will start retracing. You get it? It moves very well before it will start retracing. It moves very well before it will start retracing. So you see the setup. So this is what I was expecting it to, this move to do. You see how it has flipped. This is what I was expecting this one to also do. Then price will continue. But at this point, as this one has flipped, at what point? So you see now, I think the best way to take the best the best point, or the best area to take a sell on gold is when the candle has broken below. I think idea to take a sell on gold. Okay, if it breaks below, then you take a sell. I think that would be the best way to go. So you see, when I came here this morning, all what I was saying is what, a sell on gold. I have not said anything about what, a buy, because of what, because I know when the majority of the time frames are in the same direction, it's normally hot. It's normally continue the same direction. It's normally continue the same direction. Yeah, so this is what I'm expecting on gold. I'm expecting price to flip moves downwards. Okay. But at this point, since the high has been broken, the low has been broken, I think it will be best if you wait for the candle, the H4 candle to close. That would be the best way to go by this move. If the H4 candle close, I think that would be the best way to go by gold. Okay. That would be the best way to go by gold. So USD is also making a pullback. It's also making a pullback. Yeah, so gold will definitely flip and move down. This zone needs to fill. This zone needs to get filled by gold. So when it comes to the currencies, I don't think there's no opportunity. So the opportunity was on gold this morning. Gold was the one that we had opportunity. The rest are all given. Yeah, so gold is flipping. Gold is flipping. But the candle opens with no wick at the top. The candle opens with no wick at the top. The candle opens with no wick at the top. So Bitcoin has also fallen to 100,000, 101,000. Bitcoin has also fallen. Yeah, so you see, okay. So the chances that it will continue up is very high. Yeah, so I don't think gold is going to happen now. Yeah, so I don't think gold. What I'm expecting it to happen on gold is going to happen now. So I was expecting a flip, but it happens. It's not doing what we expected it to do. So as I said, those are so. Even though I know, or even though I believe that maybe price will go to this side, but I'm not interested in the corrections. I normally want the impulse move. You get it? So this is the level I would love to take a buy on. Okay, this is the level I would love to take a buy on. It's the same thing. Okay. So this one too, this one is filled with what a lot of ranges. So even if price comes to this side, I don't think I will have to take a buy because this is weekly level and this is daily level, so it's still going to get maintained. It's not like H4 that can easily get invalidated. So these levels can easily get what these levels are going to be maintained. So with USDCHF, I think it's out of my, unless maybe we have a breakthrough all this one price come to this side before, because yesterday I was even thinking price is going to close below this one. Okay, then we're going for a buy. That was what I was thinking, but it happens a did different thing. So gold is what I'll be looking up to. I'll be looking to take a trade on. If it flips bearish, then the trend is definitely going to what continue. The trend would definitely going to continue. But aside gold, according to the way I trade, I don't see any opportunities. I don't see any trade opportunities. So the risk reward, if the zone is very big, 190,000 pips, 958 pips. That's the range for this one. So it's kind of very big. The range is very big. Okay. The range is very big. So I'm expecting gold to start flipping. But one thing that might spoil everything is what the news event. And one thing I've noticed about gold is what during the New York Stock Exchange session, after the news has been released, it normally gives nice opportunities. It normally gives nice opportunities during that time. So maybe I'll be looking forward to be looking for an opportunity during that after the news has been released, because this interest rate is going to worry 12 o'clock. So all these times, maybe I'll be out from the market. I'll wait for all this news to be released. So 2 o'clock after the H4 has closed, then I'll be trading during that time on gold. I'll be looking for opportunity on gold during that time. But after the lending session has passed, I don't think gold is going to make a major move. So you wait for the interest rate to be released, the GDP to be released, for the unemployment to be released. After all those news has been released, then I think there will be clarity to be taking trades. Okay, so 2 o'clock p.m. GMT. I think that would be the New York Stock Exchange session. That's when the New York Stock is opened. Okay, that's when it's open. So you normally get major moves. So it's also bringing what a closure of the H4, a new H4 candle. So you can take a trade over there. All right. So I don't think anyone is having a question. So gold was the one that the trade that you wanted to take, but it happens. It didn't happen. So no opportunity so far. Okay, so if there's no question, see you all tomorrow, same time. Same time tomorrow. Okay. So bye bye to you all. Same time tomorrow. See you. Hello. Yeah. So someone wanted to ask a question. Liz we. Hello. Oh, I never see it. Okay. Hello. Just unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Why do you want to ask a question? Do you want to ask a question? Hello. So Liz we, do you want to ask a question? Unmute yourself. You've muted yourself. You've muted yourself. So unmute yourself. You just came to have a chill. Device not connected. So you can join in, or you have to mute. If you join, mute yourself. what do you call it? Unmute. You have to unmute yourself. You've muted yourself, so you need to unmute yourself so that you can ask your question. Are you there? Are you there? Are you joining our issue? Okay, I think he's not ready. Okay, so if you want to join to ask a question, you can click on the link shared and you ask your question. Click on the link to ask your question. Okay, so see you all tomorrow same time. Bye bye.